PTSD is one of the most dangerous battles our veterans have to face after coming home, after serving our country and defending it with their lives on the line. I want to showcase to the world how PTSD does not have to be treated with pills and a ton of doctor's appointments, but with love from a four-legged friend. Service dogs have many benefits for veterans suffering with PTSD. I myself, a war vet who was suffering from PTSD and has a service dog which I love. This was my inspiration to make this film. So what I did is I got some input from other veterans to see what they thought. My first stop was PAWS Assistant Dogs. There, I met with the head trainer and a few veterans and asked them some questions about what they do and how they feel about their service dog.
My name is Sally O'Neill. I've been working at PAWS for 4 years, and my title is head trainer. I found out about PAWS. I was in a pet store locally, and I saw one of the volunteers come in with the dog in a service vest, and I was very interested in learning how to train service dogs. I called Jeannie Bates, the executive director, and she spoke with me, and I inquired about volunteering, and she actually told me that she was hiring trainers. So I came by and met with her and found out what this organization actually does, and I was hooked. So I started working part-time, and then once I met the group of volunteers, and I met some of the veterans that had received dogs, I ended up going full-time because I just wanted to be a part of it. I don't think that you can find more giving, generous, selfless people all in one place at the same time, all on a common mission to help veterans. Basically, I'm in charge of the kennel staff, my staff who takes care of the dogs as far as feeding and cleaning and letting them play in the yard. So I do all the scheduling for that. Generally, I'll come in and I run training classes with the angels that are our volunteers, and we get dogs out and we go out in public and we train the dogs all over the neighborhood. And then we also do a lot of programs with children in schools and assisted living, and we bring our dogs there. I match dogs with veterans. I work with veterans who have received dogs. I may have to travel and go work with a veteran in their home with a dog that we have placed. Every day is different. I never know what I'm gonna do, except that I'm gonna have the ability to touch a dog and a veteran every day of my life. What happens is once an application is approved, then the application, my boss Jeannie and I, we end up interviewing a veteran and his family 2 separate times, and we're already formulating which dogs can provide the services and tasks that that veteran needs. And we're different than many other organizations because our dogs pick their recipient. So once a veteran is given the go-ahead and they're gonna receive a dog, we bring them in, and I'll bring out anywhere from 3 to 5 dogs, one at a time, and you just sit and watch. And it's hard to articulate, you'd have to see it, but it's spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. If you take a dog that I've been with from 8 weeks to 2 years, and that dog just walks away from me and runs to somebody, and they always do something overt to let me know that they have picked their person. I'd like to say we're here, we're different, we're here with them, we stay with them through the whole process. Having a dog can be an expensive venture, but there is no cost to get a dog from us. If we would never want the dog to be a burden, only a help. So we will provide food and care for the dog for as long as the dog serves the veteran. And we're always here to listen, and it's not a long process.
I was driving by on my way back from the VA, and all of a sudden, I see this sign for PAWS, and was wondering what it was all about. So I stopped and I drove into the parking lot, and got the phone number, got some information so I could look it up online. And it was, service dog related. And I've always, I've seen people and folks and veterans with service dogs at the VA. So I always wondered, like, could a service dog help my PTSD issues and depression and anxiety and that kind of stuff? So, and with some of my mobility health issues. So, so I started researching it, and all of a sudden I start, realizing that maybe this is something that can help me get through a difficult time in my life. So I researched it, and I gave them a call, and they called me in for an appointment.
The indoors the more common, the basic commands, how to have him sit down when you're walking. He's kind of at a hill. He's supposed to be right next to you. Like, if you stop, he's supposed to be right where you're supposed to sit. Outdoor, it depends on where you do the training, whether it's just right outside walking, him keeping that focus on you, or if you go to a public area, like if me and him go to Winn-Dixie or something, just him ignoring people making comments or trying to get his attention because he's cute, and keeping that focus and doing what he's supposed to do. For fellow veterans with PTSD, I'm having to deal with the VA. I'm diagnosed 100% through the VA for PTSD, amongst other things, TBI, back issues. Well, everyone knows the VA's answer to everything is pills, pills, pills. I've been on every pill the VA has for PTSD. Some work for a little bit, then they stop. So my service animal's the best meds I've ever had. He, hands down, best remedy for PTSD ever.
It's been about 3 months that we've been coming, and it's amazing. Every single time I come, we get different hurdles, and it's just awesome. Every day I go home, I just am blessed. Being around groups of people, a lot of our training we do in groups or in public. So for me, the biggest hurdle for me to get over was being in public with a lot of people around. It's actually allowed me to get out more. In the last 3 months I've left, I've been a part of different things that normally I wouldn't have. Events, whether it's birthdays or concerts and stuff. I've been able to go to concerts just in the time training with him. Well, luckily for me, Al is a special one. He thrives on lots of love. So my family, we have a daughter who has had a lot of surgeries on her feet, and he just loves every one of us. So it'll actually act as a therapy dog for my daughter and my wife as well. So.